So I'm here today at the carer workshop that Life Without Barriers is putting on for all of our care assessors and care engagement teams from around the country. We've brought them all together so that they can learn from each other, share knowledge and experience, and provide us with ideas and suggestions about how we can improve our approach to attraction, recruitment and retention of foster carers around Australia. As we know, we need to engage a lot more foster carers so that we can provide greater support for children and young people who need care and family-based care. And so bringing our team together this week gives us a real opportunity to engage with those who are doing the work, doing the assessment, having that first contact with carers and potential carers so that we can get some consistent national approaches and really work hard to engage members of our communities so that they think about being foster carers and that we turn that thought and that process into action and that we can build the number of foster carers that we have around Australia.
My first real memory was walking into the Milton office and the banner in the foyer about Life Without Barriers values, which, I feel like the organisation I work for and the values I have, it was like mirrored in that banner into the office, so you got to know everybody. And I loved that. I loved that I knew not just our support person, but everybody else around. So, yeah.
We've been lucky enough to come together over the last 2 days and bring all our amazing carer recruitment, engagement and assessment staff together for the first time. A lot of these staff, they've never had a chance to connect with each other and they might be the only people in their state or region that are working in this space. So to bring them together and connect with colleagues and learn from each other and provide that ongoing support and networking across the organisation has been a great opportunity.
She was a friend, family friend, and my kids have been to playgroup experience. That's how I first heard of Life Without Barriers. I'd never heard of Life Without Barriers before, but then within the space of a week, through my husband's work, he said, oh, so-and-so's a foster carer with Life Without Barriers, and that was the twice we'd heard the name. Okay, this is the sign.
So I've been here at the workshop here in Brisbane for the last 2 days and meeting fellow care assessors, care engagement officers, some who I know and some who you might have seen virtually. And it's great to feel part of this team in growing in ideas and sharing ideas, understanding how different some of the states are, but also realising that day to day we're all doing the same role and we're all here for the same reasons. So I found it very beneficial and it's nice to connect with people you may have only seen just on screen for quite some time.
I felt really safe sharing, asking, when I was concerned. I think they've also just made me feel really valued, not just supported, but, in things like this or bringing us into a carer training panels and stuff like that. It kind of makes me feel good about my caring, not just, they're not just there to support me, it's sort of a nice acknowledgement.
The things that I've learnt from today and what's been really exciting about today is firstly that we have lots of innovation happening in different states and territories, and the value of having those innovations is that we can learn from each other and put in practice different thoughts and processes in different states and territories. We just had a panel of carers who took us through their experiences around their assessment and recruitment process, and by and large it was a very supportive and positive experience, but they were also able to reflect on some of the practices and some of the processes that we have that could be improved and that we could use to better support and engage people who are thinking about becoming carers and make that a more warm and engaging and supportive process.
Don't feel fear around asking a silly question. They've always looked back at, well, this is what you do, but then brought it back to building me up as a carer, and particularly in that assessment process, well, what I'm going to be uniquely offering, because it is such a difficult experience to go through the assessment that you are being assessed, you're being judged on who you are, who your family is, what you've done with your own children. So by using and focusing on our strengths as a family in a way, it opened that, relationship that I could then ask questions even if I felt maybe a little silly, and it always brought it back to what I can offer.
The main highlight for me, I think, was just being in a room yesterday and feeling the vibe and the buzz and everyone being so excited about what they do and excited to share and meet people and connect. At the core of what we're doing is trying to build communities, so being able to build that within the organisation and within staff as well has been a great opportunity. So we've had 3 of our lovely carer ambassadors come along for the last 2 days. It's really great to have a carer perspective in the room and have people be able to draw on that lived experience and that first-hand knowledge around when we're talking about all the things we do do in educating the public about what foster care is and what the process looks like to become a carer, remembering that there are people at the other side of that and that it's something we come along as a partnership, we come together to do, and asking our carer ambassadors what that would have felt like for them and what their experience was, and reflecting on that and how we can do things better in the future or how we might be doing things amazingly already.
And I just find everybody easy to go to, and you can get an answer, you can get support in the advocacy that you need for that child. And if something's not working, I just feel like those responses are sort of genuine.
It was a long process and my assessor constantly had to deal with me, emailing her, texting her, how are we going, what's next? But then finally the day that it all got approved and I got this email going, woohoo, we're finally through, I had to break the news to her that something significant had happened in my life on that day, and that we might just need whoa for a good week. And to then get home, have an understanding email reply, and get home and have a massive bunch of flowers on my doorstep for Life Without Barriers to go, you're a part of us now. We want you, we value you, have some flowers.